Hope you're all doing well today. So today's video is about surviving the convention itself. First off, there is a lot to do at a convention, and you could literally spend weeks there and not do everything. This is where your schedule is going to come in handy. This is going to give you a guideline of the panels and events you want to attend. It's not set in stone, so feel free to change things up a little bit, especially if you find out there's a last minute panel you would much rather go to. You're going to spend a lot of time waiting in lines. There is no way around it, even if you have a VIP pass. So as long as you keep a good attitude, you're polite to others, and you aren't afraid to make friends, waiting in line isn't that bad. Talk to the people around you. After all, you're all in that line for the same reason. You already have one thing in common. It's really great. This is the best part about conventions. Is everyone is there because they are passionate about something and they want to meet other people who are passionate about the same thing. It's amazing. Shower every day. Trust me. I don't care if you shower in the morning or night, shower. Bring deodorant with you, maybe body spray, but I don't recommend it because some people are really sensitive to that stuff. Definitely bring deodorant though. Everyone will thank you. Be respectful to the cosplayers. They worked really hard on their costumes, so compliment them on it. Cosplayers are amazing to me. I cannot imagine putting that much effort into a costume. I don't have that. That is not where my talent lies. They're so fantastic. It's so cool. Cosplay is not consent. Don't be mean. Always ask for taking pictures, and it does not matter how little clothing that girl is wearing. Hands off. Leave the cosplayers alone. Treat them like the human beings they are. Be a decent person, essentially, and we'll all get along just fine. If you are attending Comic-Con in costume, which is fantastic, and I really hope I see you there, be prepared to get at least a few photo requests. Be nice to everyone, please. If you're not comfortable being photographed, say so. If they're a decent person, they'll leave you alone. Don't be rude. Especially to the small children, especially if you're dressed as a princess or a superhero. You are literally their idol, and if you be nice to them, play along with them even a little bit, you will make that kid's day. You will make their year, I promise. They will be so happy Spider-Man or Cinderella or whoever talked to them. Trust me on this one. And it will make you feel great too, because there's nothing that will make someone happier than a really happy little kid. It's the greatest sensation. Be respectful to the volunteers, to the other con goers, and most of all, the guest celebrities. They are taking time out of their days to be there with you. They really want, so don't get your heart too set on a pose. You may just have to settle for an awkward side-on hug. It's not the end of the world. Are so excited to be there and see you. So treat them nicely. Let them know how grateful you are that they came out. If you're going with a group, plan any meetups beforehand. Make sure everyone knows when and where you're meeting. If the group has to split for some reason, check your phone regularly because ringtones can be hard to hear and you may not feel it vibrate. I also recommend sticking to texting. It can get really loud on the convention floor, so phone calls just make it worse. If the volunteers that are in charge of a panel room tell you not to save seats, then don't save seats. Last year at Hollywood's panel, it was packed. So packed they didn't actually close the doors after they cut the line, they just left them open so that people could stand outside and still watch the panel. So, and the volunteers were like, you can't do this. Don't save seats, okay? Like, if they'd ask you not to, don't do it. Wash your hands and drink a lot of water. This is where your hand sanitizer is going to come in handy. And also that water bottle I told you about in a previous video. Bring them, use them. You are going to come in contact with a lot of people. So take every precaution you can to avoid getting sick. You may come down with a little something post-convention, and trust me, you won't be the only one. You're gonna want to check out Artist Alley, but consider yourself warned, it is usually so busy, there is no room to walk. If you have a gold or a VIP pass, I recommend using that extra hour you have before general admission is allowed in the vendor hall to explore Artist Alley. It also quiets down a little in the evening, though waiting that long may mean your favorite artist is out of stock. When navigating the floor, find the path of least resistance whenever possible. Unless you're not in a hurry, then trudging along at a snail's pace is just fine. Take those opportunities to look at all the booths you might miss otherwise. You will not regret it. Regularly check the panel lists in case something has been canceled or moved to a different room. They put up lists outside of each panel room that has all the details on it, and they'll switch them out if something changes, but I also really recommend downloading the Comic-Con app that will let you know if one of your panels has been moved or canceled for some reason. If you think the panel you want is going to fill up fast, go to the panel before it and move up when the panel finishes. That's what a lot of people did for the impromptu Supernatural panel last year. It was great. If you find a good seat, grab it. Don't worry about sitting by your friends. Anyone in that panel is there for the same reason as you. They are all your friends. So don't be afraid to sit by a total stranger. I sat by a stranger on the first panel I went to last year and ended up making a friend I hung out with for the rest of the convention. It was awesome. Photo ops. Photo ops are a completely different animal. Arrive at the photo op area at least 30 minutes before your photo op. Make sure you have your ticket or wristband, preferably both if you're me, in hand. When they call your group, don't rush forward. You'll get your photo op. It's not vital that you be the first one in line unless you have another photo op right after. In that case, try to position yourself so you can get that first spot in line without plowing other people over. Sometimes the celebrities don't do poses, especially the really popular ones. They have a lot more photo ops to get through, so they can't take as much time to have you explain and then do the pose with them. So don't get your heart too set on a pose. You may just have to settle for an awkward side-armed hug. It's not the end of the world. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Next video will be about surviving post-convention. And I will see you guys then.